Dr. Maureen Craig, and I'm here to share a yoga practice with you. Thank you so much for joining me. So tonight I thought I'd start with one of my favorite proverbs. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I think about how much I value our little yoga community and our ability to connect with each other periodically, to support each other in our practice, and practicing presence and peace in our lives. So with that little bit of gratitude in mind, let's bring ourselves home to our breath and our body. Find a comfortable seated posture and feel the weight of your body coming down. And when it's comfortable for you, let your eyes close down a bit or lower your gaze. Bring your attention to your breath. Feel the weight of the body resting on the earth and the length of the spine reaching up. And then take a little fuller breath in and slowly release. Just feel the breath in the body, almost like you're a loosely woven cloth, and the breath is a breeze blowing through. Receiving the in-breath, releasing the out-breath. Just letting it aerate you. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no one to be other than who you are already. Just being alert and present. And feeling the breath. A little fuller in, a little longer exhale. Lengthen up through your spine on the next inhale. On the exhale, bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale up, exhale off at 45 towards the right. Inhale up, exhale chin to chest. Inhale tall, exhale 45 to the left. Inhale up, exhale left ear to left shoulder. Lengthen through the spine and the crown. Exhale, chin to chest, and slowly roll out the back of the neck. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and let the shoulder blades come down the back. Again, bringing your shoulders, shrugging them up. Exhale, bring them down. Feel them come down. Inhale them up, and then bring them back and down. Let those shoulder blades really come down. One more time. Very good. Interlace the hands. Press the palms away. This might give you a little forearm stretch. If this isn't available to you, you can always just do the standard forearm stretch as well. Okay? If you can interlace your hands, press the palms away, and then lift them up overhead. Let your shoulders land on your back and a little side bend to the right, into the center, off to the left. Inhale up, and then exhale, bring them home. Namaste. Interlace, press them away, lift them up, side bend, inhale, and side bend, and release. Let the hands touch the sky, coming out to a T. Drop that right hand to the mat, stretch on over as you press into the mat, which pushes the opposite hip down. Take your side bend, sweep the sky, side bend on the other side. One more time, side bend each side. Paint the sky. Lengthen up through the arm and then over. And then find your way back to center. Again, namaste. Press the palms together, equalizing the pressure. Feel the shoulder blades come down. Inhale, open, and let those elbows be at the level of the shoulders. So if they start to slide down, lift them up to cactus. Beautiful. Draw those shoulder blades together. Exhale, home. Inhale, open. Fill the heart. Exhale, home. Inhale, lift the heart and feel the breath. Exhale, home. Once again, open. And now, bring that hand across and sweep the other hand back so you get a bit of a twist. Return to cactus. And take that other hand across to the knee, sweep the arm back, twist. Return to cactus. Left hand to right knee, reach the hand back, reach it up, and fold. Folding at the hips, stretching through the back body. Coming back to cactus. Bring that right hand to the left knee, reach the left hand back and up, and then slowly fold. Lengthen through that left back body. And coming back to center. And just take a moment to kind of sense how your upper body has started to warm up a little bit. And as always, please listen to your body as we practice so that you can care for what's happening for you tonight. Coming over onto our hands and knees, let's place our hands underneath the shoulder points, knees underneath the hips, and start warming up the spine with a little cat-cow. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, arch the back up. Inhale, glance forward, tuck the toes, let the pelvic bowl rock a little bit here. And then on the exhale, like an angry cat, Marjariasana. The navel comes up and in and the spine rounds. And then just take it kind of at your pace. Feels good to tuck your toes when you're in Vidyalasana. Get a little bit of a soul stretch there. If your feet have been in shoes much of the day, that feels good. I'm reminded that we have 25% of the bones on our body are in our feet. By number anyway, not by weight. Okay, find your way to table now. So we're just gonna be still with a flat back and then push that right heel back so you have like it's an extension of your spine. Your crown reaches forward, and then add that left hand thumb to the sky. This is a very important exercise for strengthening the back, keeping a strong back body and a safe spine. So inhale here, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it out, exhale it in. You can round your back a little bit as you come in. Once again, and one more time. Now, bring that left hand down and the ball of the right foot down and stretch it back so you get a good calf stretch there. Then bring the right knee to the mat and side kick it out. We're going to take a side plank, and you're going to see me from the back side here. But you're in a side plank. And what I'd like you to do here is first just experience the side plank with your arms stacked. But now we're going to put a little weight on the inner blade of that left foot, enough so that we can see if we can lift that right knee just a bit off the mat. And if you want to, you can stretch it forward, or you can stack it on top of the left and just experience a little side plank. Do what's right for your strength today, okay? So you can stay in knee down side plank, or just float it a little bit, or stack it completely. And then roll yourself back to your table. Cleansing breath. We're going to come to the other side now. Push the left heel back. It's now the lengthening from the spine, right out that heel, right thumb to the sky. And just feel your gaze coming over the top of your mat. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale out. Exhale in, round the back up a bit. Inhale out, exhale in, inhale out. One more time in and out. Right hand down, ball of the foot down, stretch out the back of that leg. Feels good to have those muscles stretch just a bit. Now we'll bring the left knee down and side kick out to our side plank on this side. So this is knee down side plank. And you can start to bear some weight on the inner blade of the right foot and see if you can float that knee just a little bit. And if you want to, you can bring it straight out in front of you, or if you can stack it on top of your right foot. And of course, you can always just stay in knee down side plank and then come on back to our table. Okay, walk your hands forward and let yourself come down. We're going to work on our back body just a little bit by coming into our seal posture. Bring your arms out at 45 degrees on either side and feel a little bit of weight into the hands. Let the spine kind of unfold at the level of the thoracic spine. So the heart is lifting just a bit. Breathing here. And again. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down. And then bring your elbows underneath the shoulder points for our Sphinx posture. So moving from seal into Sphinx. Let the spine really lengthen out and then the heart lift just a little bit. So we're kind of getting a good bend in our thoracic spine. 1 or 2 breaths there. You can zip your legs together a bit. If your low back is uncomfortable, don't push this position. And then bring your palms together. We're going to come into a dolphin plank. So once your palms are together and you got some weight in your elbows, lift just the hips. Tuck the toes. And then option to float your knees to a dolphin plank. And just breathe for a little bit here. 1 or 2 breaths. Bring the knees down. Place your hands where your elbows were. Then lift up to your down dog. Spread your feet out so they're about hip distance apart. And start to push your hips back. So if you're kind of floating, your arms and your shoulders are over your wrists, push yourself back. So the hands are way out in front, and soften your knees so you get your chest towards your thighs. Maybe sweep your hips a little bit left and right, lengthen out the side body. And then slowly bring the heels down towards the mat for our down dog. Then when you're ready, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Feel your back flattening, your shoulder blades drawn down towards your hips. Exhale, soften. The neck lengthen as your head comes down. And then sweep your hands behind you. So you rise to tall mountain and release. This evening, we've made it to standing. Let's take a little bit of a balance challenge. We're going to do step back crescent lunge. So standing at the top of your mat, putting all the weight into your left foot. You can have your hands on your hips or out in front of you, whichever works better for you. And first, just step back a little bit and exhale forward. We'll do this 5 times. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And then hold your lunge. Exhale, return to mountain. And then we'll switch it to the other side. Crescent lunge, and we'll have that again in this evening's practice. It's a bit of a balance challenge. So bring your weight now to your right foot and just begin stepping back. 1, a little bit more, and 3, and 4, and 1 more, and hold. There we go. Find your balance. 2 breaths. And return to mountain. Okay, how was that for you? I noticed I had just a little issue there at the final step on crescent lunge. So sometimes you practice things and it's every day a practice, right? Okay, let's go into some flow now. And I will be using a block tonight. So if you haven't gotten your block yet, please do now. Find your tall mountain, or your mountain I should say. Feel the weight in your heels, spread your toes. Let your feet be parallel with the long edge of the mat. Little weight between your feet, push them apart from each other. Stack the joints and lengthen up. Inhale, sweep the arms tall. Interlace the hands and side bend to the left. Inhale up, side bend to the right. Inhale up, I'm going to take my right wrist into the left hand side, bend to the left. Inhale up, left wrist into the right hand, side bend right. One more time each side, exhale. Inhale up and exhale. Coming to tall mountain, and now float your heart forward, let your tailbone stick back, and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press on your shins, little softness in your knees. Exhale, fold, step back on your right, letting the right knee come down to the mat as you sink into your modified warrior 1. You can let your arms come up alongside your ears if that's comfortable for you, and you sink those hips, and then think of a long line of energy from your right knee right up through the front of that hip, and lean just a little bit away from that hip so you get just a bit of opening there. Maybe 1 exhale, and then frame your foot and draw that left hip back for your hurdlers. Stretch, toes coming back towards your nose. And then walk the hands forward, and we're going to bring a block here to the inside of that left foot and tuck the back toes so you're in a runner's lunge on the block. Let the heart come forward. Hips can really sink here. And then exhale, draw both hips back. Left leg lengthens, the knee straightens. Just a little micro bend in that left knee, and your very long pyramid here. Inhale back to the runner's lunge, letting your heart lift a bit. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Set your block aside and step your left foot back to meet your right. You're in a plank. Let your knees come down, elbows in, chest down, chin down, roll the heart up, cobra. Exhale, push to down dog. Inhale, raise that right foot up. Bend the knee, stack the hips, feel that hip opening. Exhale, bring that right foot forward between the hands. We're in a runner's lunge, 2 lanes of traffic. Let your left hand come down and the right hand goes to the sky. Dragonfly twist. Beautiful. Bring the right hand down, and we're going to take a block, put it to the outside of the right foot. Put your hand on that block and begin to heel toe your right foot over all the way to the left side of the mat. Then let your right knee start to come down. You can let your left knee come down as well. You're going to let this come into a deep pigeon here, an active pigeon this is called, okay? So you can lift the back knee if you wish, but you don't have to. Just let that right knee come down and then inhale it up a bit. Exhale it down, feeling the stretch in the outer right hip. Inhale it up And exhale it down. Let it go as deep as it's comfortable and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Lift that knee, heel toe that right foot over to the right side of the mat, tuck the back toes, and step forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and fold. Sweep to the top, hands to heart. Recenter yourself in your mountain, and we'll take these moves on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Half lift, strong back. Exhale, fold, step back on the left knee comes down. Modified warrior 1, letting both hips sink towards that front heel. Arms alongside the ears or so. Lengthen up from that left knee, right through the fingertips, and lean off a little bit towards the right. Breathing. Release the hands to the mat. Walk your hands back. Let those toes peel up and reach back towards your nose as you lengthen out through the back of your right leg. Inhale, walk yourself forward. Come to your runner's lunge. Take the twist. The right hand comes up. Exhale, bring the hands down onto a block on the inside of that right leg. Let the hips sink, the heart lift. Runner's lunge on a block. Exhale, draw the hips back for that really extended pyramid here. Inhale, forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, back. Each time stretching maybe just a hair more. Surf the stretch, see what's right for you tonight. Exhale, back. Set your block aside, step back to your plank. We're going to take a flow here. We're flowing like the rain outside. It's raining as I'm listening to it. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Blessing to be indoors and just listening to the rain. But in a nice dry environment, lift that left foot up, bend the knee and stack the hips. Exhale, bring that left foot forward between the hands. Right hand down, left hand up. And as you bring the left hand down, let it come onto a block. And you'll heel toe that left foot over to the right side of the mat. And slowly let the left knee come down towards the mat. And it may not come down equally on one side or the other. Inhale it up a bit and exhale it down. And again. And then let it stay in a little deeper position for 3, 2, 1. Then lift the knee, heel toe back into your lunge position. Tuck your back toes and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and fold. Sweep to the top and release. Beautiful. Okay, so that was our little warm-up flow, and we'll begin another flow here momentarily. Just take a moment to shake out anything that is feeling tension or difficulty, and making sure that we're always kind to our bodies as we practice. And then find your mountain again. Inhale, float those arms up, tall mountain. Exhale, floating down like a swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back on the right. Gonna stay in our runner's lunge this time. 2 lanes of traffic. The right hand down, the left hand comes to the sky, that dragonfly twist. Bring the hand down, and on the block, we're going to repeat runner's lunge and pyramid. Runner's lunge and pyramid. Runner's lunge, inhale, pyramid. Set the block aside, walk yourself forward to a tripod position. Lift the back foot for a standing split. Let the toe come down. 3 times we'll touch and raise it up. Stay tall in your left leg. Bring it down. Raise it up. Bring it down. Raise it up. Gently let yourself come back into your crescent lunge. Bringing the hands up. 2 lanes of traffic. 3 breaths here. Back heel is lifted. Feet pressed away from each other. Exhale and fold. Bring the left foot back to meet the right. And take a flow. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right foot up. Exhale it forward between the hands. Take the block to the outside of the right leg. Heel toe that right foot over. Let the knee come down. Inhale it up a bit. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down for 3 breaths. 2. 1 more. Inhale that knee up and heel toe it over to the right side of the mat. Tuck the back toes and step forward fold. Inhale, half lift and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, tall mountain, and release. Let's take those moves on the other side. Okay. Find your tall mountain. Exhale, swan dive. Half lift and fold. Stepping back on the left. Coming into your runner's lunge. And then bring that right hand up for the twist, a dragonfly twist. When you bring your hand down, take the block to the inside of that right foot. We'll go runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, forward. Exhale, draw the hip back. Set the block aside and walk yourself forward to a tripod. 2 hands in your right foot. Standing split. Lift the left foot nice and high. Gently let it come down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale, lift it up and walk yourself back to your crescent lunge. Lifted back heel, 2 lanes of traffic, and the feet press away from each other. An option is to interlace your hands and then lean just a little bit away from that left hip, opening that left hip flexor. Exhale and bring the hands to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left and take a flow here if you'd like, bringing your knees down, your elbows in, chest to the earth, chin. Inhale, roll up to cobra. Exhale, push to down dog. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale, bring it forward to your runner's lunge. Place your hand on that block on the outside of the left foot and heel toe the left foot over to the right. Now you have an opportunity to let that left knee start to come down. So let it float down a little bit. The stretch is in the outer left hip. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. This is an active pigeon. And again. And then let it settle down for a couple breaths here. Surfing that stretch. And then gently lifting your left knee up. Heel toe that left foot back into the lunge position. Make sure your back toes are tucked and step forward, coming into your forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms back and up. And release. Okay, great job. We're moving through our flow practice. Our next flow will be a B series, where we involve a chair. So let's go ahead and find our way into the top of our mat. And when I say a chair, it doesn't mean that you have to use a chair. It means we'll make our bodies into the shape of a chair. So it's also, the pose is called Utkatasana, or difficult pose, as it requires a fair bit of strength in the legs. So let the heels land, toes spread. Feel the length in the spine. And take a couple rounds of breath. We'll go ahead and soften the knees and the hips, reaching behind you. Inhale, bring the hands forward to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, reach the arms behind you as you soften your knees and your hips. Inhale to a chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the arms behind you like airplane as you soften the knees and the hips. The heart starts to lift. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. One more time through, halfway lift. Airplane with bent legs. Chair. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Fold and step to your plank. Now in a B series, we oftentimes take chaturanga, but you choose. Take the flow that works for you. So knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, high to low plank. Lifting up to up dog, and then to our downward facing dog. Inhale the right foot up, and exhale, bring it forward. We're going to come into triangle here. So let your back heel come down. We're going to have a heel arch alignment. The toes at the back are at 9 o'clock. Then draw that right hip back so that front knee straightens and has just a micro bend in it. And then you can place your right hand on the block, just on the outside of that right foot, or you can place it on the inside of the right calf. And then slowly reach that left arm up and let the shoulder come back so your gaze can reach up to the sky if you'd like. Breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. Bend that forward knee right over the ankle, elbow on the knee, and arm over the ear, extended side angle. 2 more breaths. Staying here, or if you'd like to, float that right elbow off the knee like you're holding a giant beach ball. 3, 2. One more. Sweep to warrior 2. Arms parallel to the long edge of the earth. One more breath here in warrior 2. Then turn that front hand over and come to a launching warrior. The arms are reaching at 45-degree angle, and I like to take my gaze to the backhand. Find that breath in the low belly. Exhale the pelvic floor up. One more breath. And then a reverse warrior. Three breaths each pose. Straighten that forward knee, a reverse triangle. Keeping the footing, slowly come back to triangle. Keep drawing that right hip back. And then when you're ready, take your block and bring it to the inside of that right foot for a side lunge. Letting your knee come over the ankle. For me, it's opening up the left inner thigh. Lift the heart a bit. Then lift the hips up, turn both toes to face the long edge of the mat. I'm going to bring my block into a tall position. We're going to come to the Kundalini frog pose. So heel toe your feet all the way together till your heels are together. And we're going to come up onto the balls of our feet and let your sit bones come down towards your heels. Okay? So I don't know if you can see that for me. But then I'm going to use my block in front of me to stabilize, okay? So you're coming into this kind of frog squat and use that block to stabilize, and then exhale, push it up. Inhale down, exhale it up. And if you'd like a lower block, you can do that. Let your hips come down as the heels come up into the perineum. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up like a jumping frog here. And again. Breathe with it. Breathing. We go for 13 of these. I think we're at about 8, 9, 10. There's something auspicious about the number 13. 11, 12, 13. And walk yourself back to the top of your mat and take your flow. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath or two in down dog. Lift the left foot up. Bring it forward. Drop the back heel. We're coming into triangle posture. 3 breaths. Extended side angle, left knee over the ankle, and open the heart as the right hand comes over the ear. Long line of energy from the back heel. Navel to spine with the exhale. Breathe and smile. Beach ball. Warrior 2. 3 breaths. Feel the arms reaching for infinity. Left palm up. 45. Gaze to the back. Launching warrior. Keep a strong footing. Reverse warrior. Straighten the front knee, reverse triangle. Tip it over, triangle. Let that right shoulder fold back. Take the block to the inside of that left leg and come into your side lunge. Let the knee come over the ankle again. Hold the elbow into the knee to keep it right up over the top. And stretch that inner back thigh. And after about your third breath or so, lift the hips and let your feet come back into that Kundalini frog, heel toe together. And remember, we're going to get our heels all the way together. We're on the balls of our feet, and then you're going to come down as the heels lift into the perineum. Then you'll use your block right in front of you to give you a little support. And you can press your weight onto the block as you exhale up. Inhale down. 2. And again, 3. Inhale, 4, 5. Let the heart come forward and you're in the frog pose. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Almost there. 12. And 13. Set your block aside. Come on down to your mat. We're going to let our hips down and our feet forward. We're going to move into another little Kundalini movement. Dandasana, where we sit with our feet straight out in front of us and our arms alongside of us. And let your sit bones come down as you reach forward. And then on the inhale, let your spine come back and your heart lift. Exhale forward. Rocking. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Keep a lifted spine and engagement in the core. Strong back, strong core. Rocking with it. Draw your toes back. 3 more. Kundalini is a type of yoga that has a little more movement in it. We'll now unfold ourselves onto the earth and bring our shins up into tabletop. And then we'll let our arms reach out behind us. And then as we exhale, we'll come forward, reaching forward with the hands and the feet. Exhale, inhale back, exhale forward. And 4 more times. 3, 2, 1 more. And bring your feet in. Let your feet land on the mat and crawl your toes out all the way to the edge of the mat. And then begin to let your knees windshield wiper. Hey, it's raining outside. It's a good time for windshield wipers. Let them go back and forth, releasing the low back. And then reach for a block. So we're going to do legs up the wall next. So take a block and let your feet get right underneath your knees. Bridge up enough to slide a block underneath your hips on your sacrum. Float the knees in and let the heels come to the sky. Our restorative posture, letting the blood start to flow back from the legs. As the heels drift apart a little bit, reach the toes for the corners of the room. take a nice breath in and exhale. Just breathing. With the next exhale, let your heels come back together. The next exhale, let your knees come in. And let the heels come down behind the block. And the soles of the feet come together and the knees drift apart a little bit and arms into cactus. In this Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler pose. Lift the knees, press into the heels, and slide your block out from underneath you. We'll bring the right ankle across the left knee, and then let that left foot, or the right foot, sorry, come over to the right, to the left. I'm having trouble with my right and left. Okay, so your right ankle is over your left knee, and you're gonna let that right foot land on the left. And your arms are gonna open up in a T, and you're gonna take your gaze to the right. So you've got a long spinal twist, but your ankle is on top of your knee. And then just see if you can let go of some tension while you're in this twist with a few breaths. And slide your left hand underneath your left thigh. Bring yourself back up to center. And now we'll take the other side. So the left ankle across the right knee. And then just let that knee slowly drift off towards the right, letting the right foot come to the earth. And the arms open in a T, and your gaze go off to the left. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Slide your right hand underneath the right thigh. Bring yourself back up to center. And put your feet back together on the mat. And then slowly unwind your body in preparation for Shavasana, our final resting pose. Let the arms and legs come a little bit away from the center of the body. Tuck the shoulder blades in a little bit. And begin to deepen your breath. And feel a little bit of the echo of your practice. Let the weight of the body rest on the earth and the earth rise up to support you. Let the head be heavy. The shoulders drift away from the ears. The pelvic bowl rest on the earth. And the calves and the heels. Inhale a nice full breath. And on the exhale, melt right through the body all the way down to the feet. Soften the scalp and the brow. Let the eyebrows drift apart. And the eyes soften like pools of water. Noticing the air on the skin of your face. The jaw unhinging. The tongue becoming thick in your mouth. Releasing the tongue all the way to the root of the tongue. Softening in the throat. attention over the heart and the breath over the heart. Feeling that breath blowing through you as you let the sounds that are around you come to you. The breath come to you. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. No one to be other than who you are already in this moment. Resting on the breath. And beginning to deepen your breath just a bit. Enjoying stillness or beginning to find a little movement in the body. Lengthening into a stretch if that feels good. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Option to cross your ankles and just rock a little bit left and right. Comfort the low back. And when it's right for you, coming to join me in a seated posture. Bringing your hands to your heart now. Thank you for your presence. And thank you for your practice, sharing in this community where we support each other and caring for ourselves so we can be strong for our families and our community. Om Shanti. May you know peace. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for another week of practice.